Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And away we go from Lumen Field. He fields it from the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Right to the air with Smith. Completes a DK Metcalf. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. First down, Smith to throw. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 43, sheds off a rusher. Into the hands of Tyler Lockett. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. And again, it's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
After the sack, another pass on second down. He finds Fant. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Smith on 3rd and short. Gets this to Fant. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Escapes the pocket. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Working quickly here. From the 25 on second down. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. That's good for 7 yards. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
All right, still scoreless through one. back now for the second quarter. And the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap to Smith. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks get the game's first points here in the second. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba with a touchdown. Point after up and good for Myers. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Second and 3 now. Warden once more. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll go again with Warren. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. That run good for a gain of 2, and just like that, we've hit our 2-minute warning. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Going for it with Warren. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
4th down, pressure on him. He was not backing down for a second. Nice effort to carry the rock. More importantly for his offense to get a first down.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. They'll run here, following the penalty. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run. And a great try at that first down.
It's taken in by Williams. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. Toward the sideline, and he's got Pickens. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. They got 24 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Wilson looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Ross off the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. Dicker connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7. Fits it through the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down, here's Russ. Targeting the sideline, and Freiermuth has it. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41. Sticking in the air with Wilson. Pass taken in by Fryermuth. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play good for 17 and a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. A run for Warren here to start the 3rd. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Warren running between the tackles. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They send a tight end in motion. It's Warren on 3rd down. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take the lead right away in half number 2. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers push their lead to 3. Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. A poor return there. He only gets to the 15 before he's tackled. They're out and set. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he gets him around 6 there. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. So we're through 3 here. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 21. And that one's going to hit the turf. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw. The throw left side, caught by Smith and Jigba. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Connects with fans. Gets some space around midfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That goes for 36 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Walker on first down. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Smith. Finds Smith and Jigba. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks down by only 3. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You run that draw play, Kate, you got to become a really, really good actor as a quarterback. You got to drop back and make sure those ends pass you so that draw can hit it up the gut. Not that time. That end was not buying the story the quarterback was trying to sell.
Second and goal coming up from the 7. Walker running to the right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Seahawks have taken the lead late. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. You've got a man in motion. Back to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Here he is to throw. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys get a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Setting up to pass. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. He'll look to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Once more, it's Wilson. Escapes the pocket.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Third down, 1 yard to go. They send a man in motion. Looking to throw it. That's caught for the first. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Russ now from the gun. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Rick Woolen with the INT. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll give up the gut to Walker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
One final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to... Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ball was teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Staying with Robinson. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Penix now. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's got a man left. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
And the Steelers going for the dime look on 3rd down. Penix here from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
Trying for it with Penix. He's got it to his running back. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They put Mooney in motion right. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Play action. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. From the shotgun, Penix. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
Good offenses Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Flush down out to his left. And they take this in for the score. The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Wilson airing it out to start. Caught by Washington, left side. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. Now Warren. And that's good for a gain of 5. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Motioning one of the tight ends. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Rush coming for Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now Wilson on 3rd and long. It's taken in by Williams. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Offense in the hurry-up here. 4th down, Wilson throwing. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Wilson on 1st and 10. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's 2nd down coming up. A give here to Warren. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. David Onyemata there for the stop. 6 yards, the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers at a disadvantage on the scoreboard.
What is the deal?
3rd and 4 coming up now. Russ looking to throw. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On play action now, Wilson. Rolling down to his left. Throw complete to Warren. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. It's taken in by Washington. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he'll go down here at the 16. The Steelers calling their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. And no problem converting on 4th.
On 1st down, it's Wilson. Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
A tight end in motion now. They'll run with Warren. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers earn the chance to tie before halftime. Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Avery Williams on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. On 1st down, here's Penix. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And now they face 2nd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. He puts some air under it. Deep down the middle it goes. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Wilson now off the play action. That one's cut along the left sideline. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take the lead right away in half number 2. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. To the air with Penix. Brought in right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He's back to throw. That's incomplete on fourth down, and they'll turn over possession.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from SoFi. Here's Smith to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. They'll go again with Williams. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line. The motion man is Nakua. Now this looks like a design run. He'll push forward for about a yard. Micah Fitzpatrick up to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And he will score. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Rams. The extra point from Carney is good. And the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing to begin. It's Wilson. That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Washington. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick first down. Now Russ. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing is Wilson. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of LSU.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ballgame. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot.
And he's going to take this all the way home. Kyron Williams. Touchdown, Los Angeles. On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Rams will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Wilson. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Wilson. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Back to throw. Wilson. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues. A gain there of 13 yards. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Now Wilson. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. Here's Wilson. Open man downfield is Freiermuth. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. They get 25 on that connection. That's a Steeler 1st down. Wilson to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. He's got it at the 3. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal. Williams in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Mike Williams. Touchdown, Steelers.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be taken in. It's DeMarcus Robinson. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Stafford under pressure. He's going to go down again. They've sacked him for a 2nd consecutive time.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. That is not going to work at all. He'll manage to only get back to the line of scrimmage. Very short of the 1st down. 4th down coming up. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. He'll return it from the 11. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Russ. He's going to take a shot down the field. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
On third down, here's Wilson. He's going to try it here again. And on third down, that ball incomplete. Mike Williams, the one he was looking for. And it's going to be fourth down. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. He'll throw complete to Blake Corum. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. And that is no good. He missed it. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Now Wilson on first down. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And Mike, you know the best time to pick up first downs is? On first downs. Don't wait for third down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 first downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. Now a 3rd and 2. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll try to run it with Harris. Good blocking, and he's in. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Here's Smith to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play. Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it, and not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, but he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play.
He'll work. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. Down the sideline. And he will get into the end zone. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, L.A. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Set to go now on 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll get this past the 25, out to the 27. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now it's Wilson. That is caught downfield by Pickens. A gain there of 27 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Catch is made. That is Williams. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Wilson. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. big play. 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. That is caught by Washington. And he's out of bounds with the first down. So they get a new set of downs and just as importantly stop the clock. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll go with Harris. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. Now on 2nd and long. Now Russ. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Here's Harris. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Wilson. That is caught. And he is close to the pileup, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a 1st down. It's 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
It's one thing if you don't get the ball in the end zone, but it's another to lose this many yards. And I think now for this offense and this play caller, they've got to reevaluate their approach down here in tight.
They'll run with Warren. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Jaylen Warren. Touchdown, Steelers.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Stafford. That's into the hands of Cora. And they will finally run him down.
What I love most about this was just the ability of the quarterback, Mike, to so quickly go through his progression. You see early on at the top of his drop, his eyes are downfield. Quickly realizes there's not a lot of opportunities downfield. Check it down to your back and see if he can pick up the rest after the catch and move the chains with his legs.
Here's Williams. There he goes, inside the 30. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams go up by 7, 28-21. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. Here's first down. Austin brought in motion. They look to hit him with the jet sweep here to begin this drive. The gun, here's Russ. Now he'll air one out. And that is incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
He's going to dial up another deep ball. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Again, working deep downfield. And that's going to be intercepted. That's the safety, Cameron Curl.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
So it's a win here for the Rams. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. First and 10. A throw on the first play from Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
A-Rod down to throw on first down. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. These two got it going on. 19 on that connection and another first down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
First down for Aaron. That one's to the sideline complete. Nice grab as he stays in bounds. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Hall. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on 3rd down. From the gun, Rodgers. That is caught side of the end zone. Tyler Conklin, touchdown, New York. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Wilson going to throw right away. That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Washington. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. into the hands of Pickens. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28. Here's Wilson. This one complete to Washington. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after one, 7-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. To throw again is Wilson. Quick throw, taken in. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. They put Pickens in motion. Here's Warren. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Jaylen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Gibson now on the return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Conklin goes in motion. A 1st down throw from Rodgers. A pass caught right side by Conklin. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's complete to Jeremy Rucker. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up 1st downs without getting the 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. And when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down. Conklin goes in motion. Rodgers on first down. Back to the running back, Breece Hall. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Rodgers to throw. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it's going to bring up a third down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Rodgers to Wilson. Good for a Jets first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
On third down, Rodgers. It is brought in the end zone. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York.
This is one of those cases, Mike, where the play caller understands, I got 3 points in my back pocket. There's no need here to be conservative. Let's keep this drive alive and see if we can come away with a touchdown. But instead of just trying to pick up the first down, they go for the big one, and it's a perfect throw, great catch, and they come away with 6.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Jets will move out to a 14-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. First down throw there is incomplete.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep this one on the ground. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Steeler first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Now Wilson on first down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
Here we go!
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Spot that.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Jets are in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On first down, Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
On second down, Russ. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson to throw. Drop this down to Warren. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, they go with Warren. And right to the 25-yard line, that is enough for the first down, so they pick it up on the ground, and the drive keeps going. Now it's Wilson. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Now Russ. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Now it's Wilson. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can, and now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. And he can't get away. Down he goes back to the 16. It is 3rd and goal. Wilson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So here we go. Could be the play that ends up deciding this one. 4th down and goal. Williams in motion. Look at this. They'll go with the jet sweep. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Mike Williams. Touchdown Steelers. Greg, I wasn't so certain about leaving the offense out there, but they did, and it paid off with a touchdown.
And I love it, Mike. I think we're starting to see this more and more often in today's NFL. Take advantage of field position. Put the trust in your offense. It's exactly what their head coach does here, and certainly pays off.
Gibson now on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Nearly gave the ball back to his offense with a short field to work with. And tell you what, if I'm this defensive coordinator, I'm going to have all my guys on the jugs machine this week after practice, because when the quarterback gives you a gift like that, you've got to come away with that pick.
Here comes 2nd down. From the gun, Rodgers. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
2nd and 7. Rodgers now. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
And in this situation, Mike, with time running down, an incompletion here is not the worst thing in the world. Remember, you're already well within scoring range. Now you're just trying to get as close as possible. You can't take a sack, and of course you can't turn it over. So if it's not there, just throw it away.
Towels waving, Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. Rodgers. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here is 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's complete. Calvin Austin. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best 1st down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute.
Just a tremendous finish to what's been a tremendous game, Mike. I mean, not only did they get that late touchdown here in the final stages, but here with time winding down, they're an extra point away from taking the lead and likely coming away with a big victory.
So, not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Gibson now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with the lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Open man, that's Gibson. And they will finally get him out of bounds, but not until he's near the 45-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down. Here's Rodgers. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd.
big-time throw there sets them up really nicely. They find themselves well in field goal range for a potential game-winning field goal try. Under a minute. All they got to do is just keep working the clock, get as close as they can, send that kicker out there and see if he can make that kick.
So now, big spot for the veteran Greg Zerline. This to win the game. That's long enough, and it's good! On target from long range. So this one, a win for the visiting Jets. This one went all the way down to the wire. The late field goal, with zeros on the clock, seals the deal. As they come from behind, they may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play.